What is going on? I hope you're doing absolutely phenomenal today. Thanks for spending some of your time with me back here at the Fragrance Fraternity. For any new people watching, if you can do me a quick favor, hit that like and subscribe button. As we continue to grow towards our initial goal of 1,000 members, we are getting closer. I appreciate you taking some time to watch. So today we have 10 great fragrances that are going to have you smelling phenomenal this winter. Going to be able to cut through the cold and maybe even get you some good positive attention from the people around you. Let's start here with Ferragamo. This is Salvatore Ferregamo. This is Attimo. And I'm telling you, for $25, this is just such a great purchase. Really have been enjoying this one more and more. Ever since I bought it, it was a love at first sniff, and I've just continued to really enjoy the scent profile. It reminds me a lot of Armani Code. So if you're a fan of Armani Code, you're going to like this one. It's not as heavy on the tonka bean, but it does have that cardamom, I guess, date night type of appeal to it going on. And it's got a little bit of this licorice smell in the opening as well, but don't let that be off-putting to you. It's not overly licorice dominant, and it's more so just in the opening. But overall, the quality here is fantastic. This was $25 for this 1.3 ounce. The atomizer is really nice. It's a pressurized atomizer. And this fragrance has been out for a while, but by no means does it smell dated. It's got a very masculine appeal to it. So if you like stuff that is masculine, it's going to work well in evening type situations, date nights, stuff where you're maybe trying to be a little bit more sensual with your scent profile choice. Check out Attimo by Ferragamo. I think you're going to really enjoy it. Following in that same kind of late night evening trend, we're going to go with Montblanc Legend Night, and you can see the dent. You know, the dent don't lie. Really putting a lot of good use into this one, and I really like this fragrance. Mainly you're going to get vanilla and again that cardamom that works so well in the evening and also in the cooler months. So this one kind of gets overshadowed. I think this line is really excellent, and I think if there was one line that I had to wear for the rest of my life, it could be the Legend line. But as far as more of like a date night, colder weather appropriate fragrance from the line, Legend Night is going to really work for you in those situations. And again, it's on the more affordable side and just has a scent profile that can really pull some positive attention for you. And you're going to enjoy the way you smell too, which is the most important part. If you're like me and you like the cardamom, date night, kind of like sexy fragrances, this is another one that you should really consider getting your nose on. Montblanc Legend Night. Let's keep it moving and grooving with some niche. So this is Mancera. This is black gold. And you don't hear about this one as much as you do some other Manceras. And that shouldn't be the case because this is really incredible and it's really versatile. So what do you get here? You get an aquatic, violet, lavender, incense fragrance with some nice darkness. It's a nice combination of fresh notes and dark notes and aquatic notes. TLTG kind of compared this to a niche version of Acqua di Gio Profumo, and I can definitely see where he's coming from with that. I would say that this one is just a little bit more violet heavy, and it's got a little bit more of the aromatics featured more prominently than Acqua di Gio Profumo, which does come across more aquatic, as the name would suggest. But it does fall into that same category, and also kind of the same times that you would use ADG Profumo, you would use Mancera Black Gold. And I was able to get this bottle for $40. There was a sale going on. It was buy one, get one 25% off. And this was like in the 55 price range, and it dropped down to 40 after the discount. And it was a tester, and it came with a magnetic cap from Fragrance Buy. So I really scored with this one. Anytime you can get a niche fragrance with this type of quality under $50, you know you won. But if you're looking for just something that you can wear every day in pretty much every situation, and it's going to really set you apart, and it's going to have you smelling elevated while still maintaining a mass appeal to it as well without being like a blue fragrance all the way, check out Mancera Black Gold. There's a lot going on here, and it's just really incredible. Takes your breath away when you smell it. It's a showstopper. You got to get your nose on Mancera Black Gold. Try a sample of that one, and I think you're going to end up wanting to get a full bottle like I did. All right, next one we have is a more affordable fragrance, and you might be surprised to actually see this here because this is technically a summer scent, but Abercrombie and Fitch First Instinct Together. I'm including this one because the sweetness in here, the orange blossom note, is just so sharp that it just cuts right through the cold, and I've done some testing wearing it in cooler temperatures, and I could definitely pick this one up prominently for a good 2 to 3 hours coming off of me. If you're a fan of YSL Myself, the new release from this year, check out this one. It also features that orange blossom note very prominently like the YSL, but it's a little bit more of an aquatic base to it versus the powdery ambroxan base that the YSL has. And I actually prefer this one. I'm not a huge fan of the new Myself. I think the orange blossom in it makes it go a little bit too feminine, and it's just overpowers the fragrance a little bit too much. And I like the blend on First Instinct together a little bit more. And this one you can get for $20. It's going to give you good performance, great projection, and is another one that will probably pull you a compliment or two and get some good positive attention if that's the kind of thing that you're looking for. I really like this bottle as well with the gradient blue, and the waves kind of makes you feel like you're at the ocean or something with the design. So check out First Instinct together. It comes up at the rack stores all the time. Definitely easy to get that one. All right, next one up we have is Kotsch Platinum. So this is one that I specifically wear in the winter. Don't really like to wear this any other time of year, just because this type of scent profile is not my personal favorite, but I think it's a really good fragrance, and I think for some of you out there, you're going to really enjoy the way this one smells. So I want to include it and kind of cater to a variety of tastes here, not just be self-serving in the things that I like. So vanilla is really prominent here, very prominent black pepper as well, and it's got a little bit of like this leathery base to it. So the thing that is off-putting to me is I'm not a big fan of like vanilla, leathery, and like benzoin fragrances just in general. So this kind of falls into that category, but of all the fragrances in that category, this is the one that I enjoy most and that I end up wearing the most. So it kind of surpasses the things that I don't like, those certain notes, and it blends them in a way that I find really enjoyable, which is pretty surprising, seeing as I don't like those types of fragrances. So kind of smells like Sauvage. It gets that comparison, but I would say this is definitely a more vanilla heavy fragrance, and certainly more of like a wintertime take on a Sauvage or a mass appealing type Kotsch fragrance, which is what this line pretty much does all the time. So Kotsch Platinum, again, a pretty affordable one that you can find that smells great. Next up we have Pure XS by Paco Rabanne. I really love the bottle on this one. I'm not gonna lie, I originally just bought this one because I thought this bottle looked really cool. This is the newer type without the Zippo cap. Pretty good atomizer here. It's actually decent. It's nothing special, I'll be honest. So this one is quite unique in my opinion. I don't really have anything else that smells exactly like it. The closest thing that I have is the 2 VIP Black. And because they both have this, I guess, booziness to this, I guess this has more of a, like a rum type smell to it perhaps a bit. But really what you get here is like this effervescent Coca-Cola vanilla float. So vanilla Coke float. So if you've ever had the ice cream and Coca-Cola mixed together and you can kind of imagine what that smells like, that's the closest thing that I can tell you this smells like. And this really works great in the cooler weather, just cuts right through the cold and really will set you apart. I'd be surprised if anybody was wearing this anywhere you're going. So if you want a fragrance that's going to make you stand out and give you some uniqueness in your scent profile, check out Pure XS. It's kind of like a forgotten gem at this point. It's not the newest fragrance, but not a whole lot of people wear it anymore, and it still smells really good and doesn't smell outdated. So the next one up we have is a Middle Eastern. This is Lattafa Asad. I talked about this one a lot, and for good reason, guys. This is another fragrance that for $25 is just so much value for money. Smells similar to Sauvage Elixir with a bit of its own twist, but again, in the cooler months, very wearable, very appealing, and very masculine as well. Kind of takes some of the cues from like 80s style fragrances and blends it together with the new age kind of blue ambroxan Sauvage type scent profile. Bottle looks pretty nice, and this is a great performer. So if you're interested in stuff that performs really well and beast mode performance is really important to you, I think you should check out Lattafa Asad, especially if you don't own Sauvage Elixir and you want to get a bit of a sense of what that smell is like and get your nose on that type of scent profile. This is a great starting point. It's not going to cost you too much, and the quality is definitely there with Lattafa Asad. Next one up we have is right now my favorite blue fragrance to wear in these cooler months. This is Ralph's Club Parfum. I've gotten so much positive attention wearing this one. I think pretty much every time I wear it, someone gives me a compliment on it, which is not the most important thing in the world, but it is nice to get that positive feedback from those around you, right? And so this one takes a blue fragrance, but it gives it a little bit of sophistication. It introduces a vetiver note. It introduces some nice darker nuances to it as well. and really takes the EDP and just takes it to a whole nother level. I think this one is still my favorite in the line. The new Elixir is quite good as well, but it kind of deviates from the scent profile a little bit. That one kind of goes more into like the iris, like a buttery iris and woody type of a smell to it. And this one still maintains that blue shower gel type scent profile, but with some added nuance and some added character. And it really does have that it factor that I mentioned from time to time. So Ralph's Club Parfum, get your nose on it. I think you're going to love it. And if you like blue fragrances, I think you're definitely going to love Ralph's Club Parfum. All right, next one up we have is the most affordable one. This is Amoij Jubilee 26. Amoij Jubilee 26. So this is a clone of Amoij Jubilation 25. I'll admit, I never smelled the original, so I can't really tell you how close it is, but this is one of those milestone fragrances that are getting pretty popular right now. They're at the rack stores. They're not in a box, so you can just grab them, smell them, see what you think of them. And this one was like the first time that I find myself actually enjoying a fragrance with oud. Oud has been a note that I've kind of had a tough time with. I haven't tried that many oud fragrances, but the ones that I have tried have just been a hard no. And this was a really impressive one to me, because for the first time I was like, dang, I smell oud, but I actually really like this fragrance. So it's kind of similar in the masculinity to the Ferregamo Attimo. It's got that same masculine edge to it. Nothing feminine going on here. It's got this nice like raspberry fruitiness as well, some nice woodiness, and coming from the oud. And I can't really remember any of the other notes, but oud and mixed with fruitiness. So like a woody, fruity, also spicy type fragrance going on here. So get your nose on it if you see it at the rack stores. I think this is one of the better milestone clones that have come out, and definitely worth at least trying since you can't, since there's no box. And I don't have a fragrance that I'm wearing right now. I actually took a shower not long ago, so I think I'm going to go with this as my scent of the day. So let's give that a couple sprays and we'll be good. I get really solid performance from this here, and the quality is pretty stunning for $15. I wasn't going to buy this originally, but then I kept smelling it on my arm when I tested it in store, and the quality was just so undeniably good for $15. I would have regretted not picking it up, even though I already have way too much. So it's just one of those deals where when you find something that's such a great value, it's kind of hard to say no. All right, last one, Burberry London. Talked about this on my last video or two, so I'm not going to spend too much time on it. I know it's like a fan favorite, but when I was picking up fragrances to make for this video, and I think winter fragrances in my mind, this one is just like the one that I always want to grab and talk about when it comes to winter fragrances. So really nice entry-level kind of tobacco fragrance here. It's got some port wine. It's got some really nice spices. It smells like the holidays. It smells like, Christmas or Hanukkah time, the end of the year. Really invokes those feelings and those memories tied to it. It's got the sweater on it, which is perfect for the sweater weather theme that it's going for. And just an overall really great, fresh, spicy type fragrance that is, again, quite masculine and works just insanely good in the cold. This is actually very versatile as well. You could wear this to the office, and this could be your signature scent. It really is worthy of a daily wear type fragrance with Burberry London. Again, at the rack stores pretty often. If you see it and you like to collect fragrances, or you are into, having more than just 4 or 5 like a normal person should, and you're into this as a hobby, this is definitely one that you want to add to your collection. And I think you're going to get a lot of enjoyment out of it. I know that I have for sure. So that's it for today. Hope you guys enjoyed the selections. Let me know what is one fragrance that you're looking forward to wearing this winter. I always love to hear from you. And we will hopefully continue to grow on our goal to 1,000 subscribers. And then, we'll see where it goes from there and what we want to do. But I appreciate you. I hope you have a great rest of your day. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Take care, everybody. Peace out.